Hey everyone, welcome back to the Blue Podcast Network. This is the Gradient Show, your home for all things nerd, sci-fi, fantasy, fan fiction, all that lovely stuff. All happens here. Today I've got...
Everyone's clicked off.
Tom
Henry's back!
I'm back.
Henry's back!
Yay.
It's like a month hiatus.
Well, to be fair, I couldn't
Henry's
get here
back.
because I hadn't got my
Back
car.
again. Henry's back. Tell a friend. Don't do that.
Okay. For those of you who want to know, I've got myself a new car, Honda Civic. I'm loving life.
After writing off your last one.
Hmm?
After writing off your last
I
one.
didn't write off my last one.
It got written off.
No, it got sold at auction actually. So, you know.
Yeah, for parts.
No, not for parts.
Oh, it got sold.
Yeah.
Oh.
Someone offered me actual money for it, which
Bloody hell.
it's got an engine fault and it might have a damaged head gasket, but it's technically not written off.
Okay, that's
Fairs.
good. That's positive.
There is hope. I hope that I
The
see it
person that
again.
bought the car.
At 91,000 miles, we'll see.
You know, 91k.
It's back down to 35 now, so love you.
I'm not a car person, mate.
So that means the car's been driven for 91,000 miles.
Oh, no, I get that, yeah.
Obviously, the less miles on the car
Is the better.
is the better. Yeah.
Exactly. So now I'm back down to 35, which is lovely. Yeah, loving life. Back in London, back at the studio because I can, because I've got a car. I don't know if you can tell, I'm happy. Let's talk about Doctor Who. Sorry, I've got Tom with me,
Yeah.
unfortunately. And then Kian's here because no one else has watched it.
I think it's my first grading show.
Yeah, welcome, mate.
Never,
Welcome.
Never on it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Ronnie hasn't watched Doctor Who.
Yeah, no one else has behind the camera. Anyone. So we had no choice. But you're welcome.
Oh, thanks.
welcome.
Make me feel welcome, mate.
He was the one pushing us
I
watching
was,
Doctor Who,
yes.
actually.
No, I was.
No, trust me.
I was
Kian
Oh, was he?
pushing it.
Yeah, in the
very
chat, he
good
was
to
always
that.
like, "Who's watched Doctor Who? Who's watched Doctor Who?"
Fair play. I didn't see that.
We're all caught up.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
So should we do a little quick non-spoiler review?
Let's
Just
give it
a few words.
Let's give the full season a rating, maybe.
Should we
We'll
go,
do that at the end,
episode
don't
by
we?
episode?
Yeah, we'll build through it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but let's start off with our little non-spoiler review. Woo! Literally a sentence or two
Ronnie, I need
sentences.
you back.
Tom, we'll start with you. We'll work our way down the line.
Yeah.
Little review, non-spoiler.
I like Ncuti Gakpo as the Doctor. I like the God aspect of it. It's not very. I mean, you can't really say Doctor Who's particularly grounded, but it's definitely different. I'd say. But I do like Ncuti as the Doctor. I think. Okay, I can't say that because it's a spoiler. I'm trying to say things that aren't spoilers. It's really difficult.
Yeah.
Should we just leave it at that?
Yeah, leave it at that. I like Ncuti
Right.
as Doctor. I like the way they went with it. I think the backlash is unfair.
Kian.
Yeah, I thought Ncuti was... I think for me, top 3 Doctors. I thought he was so good. He was just so different to what we've had
Yes.
before.
Well,
Obviously, I've told you two before, my favourite is David Tennant and then Matt Smith.
Mm.
But Ncuti I thought was excellent. I'm trying not to say anything that will spoil anything. The only thing I would say is I remember watching Doctor Who growing up and being scared of some episodes. That aspect of it wasn't there for me. There wasn't really a scary factor. Maybe in the last episode a little bit.
There's one episode which I'm thinking might be.
Maybe.
that was jump scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. I like that.
Yeah.
So it was
Yeah, but there wasn't it didn't feel like a scary aspect like the old ones did. But I guess,
But that might just because you're older.
I
think
guess.
that, like, if I was to watch a Weeping Angel episode now compared to when I was 9 years old, I'd find it a lot less scary than when I was 9 years old.
I remember when I was watching Water of Mars
Oh my
back
god!
in David Tennant days. I did not drink water for a week. I was that scared. That terrified me.
That was a terrifying episode. Yeah, that was terrifying actually. What do you think?
Definitely. Okay, so little non-spoiler from me. They went in a new direction, which I think they were trying things. They were taking risks, which I think was necessary because I feel like they kind of lost their way a bit under Chibnall. We tried to turn it into something that it wasn't, which is fair enough, but just didn't work. Yeah, I like Ncuti. I wouldn't say he's top 3, but I wouldn't say. I don't think that's controversial,
really good.
but he did do a good job. He had fun with it, and he was loving life, which is at the end of the day the most important thing of the whole show. Is just you gotta love life when you're doing that stuff.
Yeah.
There were some scary episodes. I didn't mind Belinda either as a companion. What I will say is it was a bit limp-wristed, but I feel like that's a thing with these latest 2 seasons of Doctor Who, is that it builds up really nicely, and then at the end it just kind of drops a little bit, in my opinion.
that was the same in the last season, wasn't it?
Yeah, because last season obviously was Sutek. Spoiler warning if you haven't seen the last season.
It's a bit late now.
Yeah. And it just, the way he defeated it, the big building thing was Ruby Sunday and where she came from, and it just was a bit meh.
I feel like with this season, they tried to do too much at the end, kind of thing. It was just,
A little bit rushed.
Yeah, that's what I felt like.
Yeah.
There was so much going on, which can be a good thing, but you don't want loads.
They could have set up a whole 3rd season arc with
but
what was solved very quickly at the end.
But I think they were wanting to do that.
And then didn't.
They can't.
Yeah.
And they didn't have 3 seasons to do that. Do you know what I mean?
That's fair enough. Right. This is your spoiler warning. If you continue watching and you have it ruined for you, it is your own fault, because we're telling you now, spoilers will be spoken about. Click off and come back once you've watched it if you haven't watched it yet. Warning.
Now back. Cool.
Right.
Should we start with the first episode and go through?
Or do you want to start at the end and work back?
No, you start with
from the
first. Start
beginning.
first.
Okay.
all the
First
juicy
episode.
Joy to the world.
Joy to the
The
world.
robot one, wasn't it?
The robots.
Technically, Joy to the world because it was the end of last season. But
Oh, yeah.
it's the mid. So it was the mid thing.
Oh, well, Christmas.
Yep.
Oh, Christmas. Oh, I didn't mind Christmas, actually.
Yeah.
I thought it was fun. I like the concept. It's good to see a relationship be built and then have it brought back later on down the series. Obviously, we'll talk about that in a minute. But I liked the character. I forgot her name, but I do like the character that was in it.
That's good. That's a good start.
It's a great start. It's
a
a
bit
fun
more
little
details.
adventure. No, not much risk, in my opinion, but fun, I suppose. So, yeah.
So you're talking about Joy Almondo, isn't it?
Sounds about right. Yeah.
Joy. You got it? Obviously comes back in later.
Yes, exactly. Joy.
So first episode, the Robot Revolution.
I thought it was okay. I think it wasn't the best, but it wasn't the worst either.
Yeah.
I thought for the first episode it was all right. I was a bit confused in some places.
They started off with a very confusing episode, I feel like, because it was such a weird concept to get your head around with time travel and
Yeah, because then you got Belinda getting, like, what's the word, from her house into space. Then she has her own planet, and it's
It was a paradox, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Which is a little bit difficult to get your head around if it's like the first episode.
Yeah.
I thought the ending was good for that episode though.
We can get back.
Yeah. Well, no, where what's the guy's name? Who was running the robots?
The ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
Who's in the machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
I
was
thought
telling you
that
the meta
was
thing.
quite good at the end.
I liked the use of, was it the 13th? There's a certain number of words.
Oh, ninth.
Oh,
Ninth,
yeah.
ninth, every ninth word was what they actually were saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. That was clever.
Yeah, because it made you think, and
it also came back when you were speaking to the guy at the end.
Yeah.
So obviously you were seeing actually
help me, I'm in pain.
he's in a lot of pain, basically. A little bit of body horror.
Yeah,
a little bit of body horror. Not much, just a smidge, just a bit
spooky.
of sprinkling, a little bit spooky. And then it kind of sets up this whole kind of season arc where the idea is it's Belinda's been dragged across the universe and she just wants to get home, and the whole series is them trying to find their way back to Earth on the exact date at the exact time.
Yeah,
which I think works really well.
Mm-hmm.
I like that theme. Makes a lot of sense. I would say, because obviously they have this machine that they bring out in episode 2 and they use it throughout the series called was it the Vindicator?
Yeah,
Vindicator. Feels a little bit like, especially how it was used at the end. It feels like it's a bit of like a
gimmick,
a god weapon. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, it fixes all the problems. You know what I mean?
Well, so I think the premise was it was absorbing energy to basically be like a fish hook, and so then rather than them bringing the fish in, they go to the fish, which would be May 25th,
May 24th,
2025.
Yeah, because it's the day after my birthday.
Yes, happy birthday!
Thank you.
So I think that's how they played it off as to why it was a weapon later on, because it had absorbed so much energy.
They can fire it off. Yeah, it just felt a bit like a.
was a
It
very
happened
easy
last
cop-out.
season as well, where they do have a bit of a cop out at the end, where it's just like magic powers, boom.
Yeah, it's like,
But
this
also-
this is a god. I surprisingly have the perfect weapon to
To
defeat
defeat
this
it,
god.
yeah.
Yeah.
But to be fair, that he's done that before. It's been a thing of Doctor Who for a long, long
Yeah.
time. But
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just a little bit more obvious nowadays, in my opinion. But
Now, the old lady showed up again.
she keeps showing up.
She shows up in every episode,
She does indeed.
and we do find out who she is. Did anyone guess? We don't want to give it away just yet. Did anyone guess?
She
who
was
it
on my list.
She was on my list as well.
What? Guess what
Who she was?
My
No.
list was probably the person who it was, Susan, and Romana was on my list just because of that snow outfit at the end of the first season. Just gave me a little bit Romana vibes. Although I don't know why she would be evil, but she was just kind of in my
I
head.
thought of mine was it was the doctor's daughter.
Oh, what? So the one between Susan's mum, basically.
Yes. Susan's mum?
Because we never actually meet the. We've never met the Doctor's child
Yeah.
at any point.
We do. We have in the past. In
When?
long time
I
ago.
don't think we
Doctor
did. Susan is the granddaughter.
Who. Oh, their granddaughter, yes.
Yeah, so we've never actually met the parents.
Yes.
So we don't actually know who they are.
Doctor's daughter. That's a good point. So yeah, Susan was the grandchild, yeah.
Yeah. So we never actually meet the actual kids.
No.
We there's Jenny.
Yeah, Jed. How the fuck did you know that?
I know things.
Jesus Christ. Fair play.
I know what I'm talking. I know this about the show that I'm talking
how
about.
was she
the
made?
was. That was like a genetic
You got it on
machine.
your phone?
No. No. No, it's a genetic machine in a 10th Doctor episode where they just clone him, basically.
Fuck me, he's good.
Yeah.
He's good. He
No,
knows
I have
shit.
no way
I'd
near
have to
that.
Google that.
Man knowledge.
Yep. Is what it is. But yeah, it's a fair guess. Do you want to reveal who it actually was, or do we want to save that for a little bit later?
We'll save it a little bit later.
Yeah,
Okay,
so,
cool.
yeah.
Episode number 3.
You've missed out too, mate.
Sorry, episode number 2. I'm a bit
Was that
rusty.
Mr. Ringerding?
That was Lux.
Yeah, Mr. Ring-a-ding-ding.
Yeah.
I really liked this episode. I just thought it was chaos.
Yeah, 100% there was
I
chaos.
really liked it.
There was this kind of theme throughout the entirety of these last, 2 seasons and specials where it's literally just the Doctor's awoken the gods and he's just got to go through and batter them all.
Yeah, but they don't build on that. This is almost like the one-off God part, isn't it? Because I thought, oh, they're going back to, more gods are coming and stuff like that.
Well, in
And
the
obviously
end,
God does come at the end, but that's not because he's awoken the gods.
no.
It's because of
I
Bitch
think
herself.
I think that they would have built to a bigger thing had they continued for further series.
yes.
And now it's just we're probably not going to go back to that for a long time now.
No.
Which is a shame, but it is what it is. We
I
tried
like
it.
the cartoon nature of it. I like the light God nature of it, and then how they defeated it actually makes sense.
Yeah, they defeated how they defeated it as well.
Yeah.
It's creepy as hell.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
Like
It's not scary, but it's creepy.
We've not had a cartoon like monster or god or anything, have we?
No.
That's what I liked. That's what I liked about it. It was something different.
Trying to
Yes.
think.
It was something they tried something new.
Also,
Yeah.
the voice on him was creepy.
It was
the voice was.
Alan Cummings, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's in everything.
Mr.
He is in
Big
everything.
He's in
Dick.
everything.
He's going to be in Avengers Endgame
He's in everything.
as Nightcrawler again.
Yes.
Very good. Looking forward to that one. Yeah, Lux, very good episode. Strong scores there.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3.
Well, there's so much stuff we've not
Yeah.
gone through.
Well, go on then.
The fourth wall break. You don't remember the fourth wall break?
Not in episode 2.
You don't remember when he meets up with a bunch of Doctor Who fans?
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I forgot about
Come on,
that.
guys, switch
They're
on.
all- I think they're all content creators as well. I'm pretty sure. At least
I
one
think
of
they
them
are
is.
as well.
Yeah, which is
Um,
fun.
I thought that was a very interesting way to go.
It's a chance for the fans to interact with the Doctor, which is always cool.
Yeah, I think they did. It only made sense for it to have been obviously fake, made by Mr. Ring-a-Ding. But when they first did it, I was like, "This is wild,"
Yeah.
This is actually mental.
because to have a fourth wall break like that is
I mean, this is what I mean when I say this has been a very different kind of season.
Yes.
They've tried new stuff.
it's a more modern take.
Yeah.
Agreed.
It's not the traditional big scary monster.
It's difficult to replicate something, so instead of replicating it, they've gone for something new, which is fair.
And they had to put a twist on it because, in my
Yeah.
opinion, it was becoming a bit outdated. They needed to modernise it a little bit
I
in
think
these last few seasons.
I
anyway.
but I think the I think the Doctor, whoever the Doctor is, makes the seasons. I don't think it's necessarily the storylines
Yeah.
always.
No, you need good script writing.
Yeah,
Because I
but
don't mind
Because I
Doctor Number 13. I actually don't mind her as a character.
I don't think she's a great Doctor.
Because I remember because I didn't like
The
Peter,
writings wasn't
I
great.
didn't like Peter Capaldi as the Doctor.
Yeah, I
just
disagree.
didn't like
I
him.
disagree with that.
I think that he's
I
the
just
most
did not
underrated
like him.
Doctor there is. Those
Yeah.
series, I'm rewatching them at the moment, really, really solid writing. It's just because he's a more surly Doctor. He's not fun. He's more serious and gravelly, which is different. And it's something new, but the script writing holds it up.
Yeah.
100%.
Also, they have reconfirmed in this season that is she called the War Doctor?
Oh, Joe.
Yeah.
I know who you mean. I don't know what
She's
you'd call her.
reconfirmed.
No, the
actually-
Fugitive.
The Fugitive. She is confirmed to be after. What's he called? I swear there was the location. They've placed her in the timeline of Doctors.
No, they haven't. So she shows up in episode, I want to say 5?
Which one's 5?
The haircut one.
Yeah, but because they go in all, they go in
Yeah.
full order, and she's.
Oh, no, they go in order of appearance, not order of...
I'm not sure that. That's
No, because she comes after
13th
Jodie.
Doctor.
Yeah, she comes after Jodie, just because that's when we met her. She's Fugitive. She's pre-1.
Is she?
Yeah.
I thought that. Because he's
So,
between.
The concept of her is
I get
that
so confused.
there is a life from before the first Doctor, which she does not remember. They do not remember, whatever you call. I don't know how you describe that.
Because he's an orphan.
Because she apparently he's from another universe,
Yes.
and they fell. I keep using different pronouns. It's confusing me. They fell through this
Just put
portal
they.
thing onto Gallifrey, and that's where regeneration came from. They took it from her.
But then, how was the first? So then the okay, fuck it, spoilers. The Omega used him to create the Time Lords.
No, not Omega. So it's
then what
Time
was
Lords already
Omega?
existed.
Okay.
The time travel existed, but regeneration didn't.
Uh,
I don't know which order it is in actually. Time travel comes from Omega. Regeneration comes from the Doctor. Some Tech Tayun, I think is her name. Basically the Doctor's adoptive mother found him, experiments, discovered regeneration, blessed it to all Time Lords, wiped his memory, and started him at 1, basically. So they used her for like special, like basically like a undercover sleeper agent. So did a bunch of missions as the Fugitive Doctor, then got regenerated, wiped her memory. Boom, you're at William Hartnell.
I didn't quite realise how much of a Doctor Who nerd you were.
Yeah, you're
stuff.
very.
Yeah.
I know things.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
Anyone else surprised?
I've never watched. To be fair, I've not watched much of like the classic Who, but when it comes to New Who, I know my stuff. Yeah, because I grew up watching all this stuff, so I know.
Can do.
So, name the last 5 Doctors.
What in backwards order?
Yeah.
Ncuti Gatwa,
No, forwards order. Well, go back 5 and then go up.
Ncuti Gatwa,
No.
Jodie Whittaker.
Yeah.
Well, actually, technically, Ncuti Gatwa, David Tennant,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can.
Jodie Whittaker, Peter Capaldi.
Yeah.
Well, how much is that?
4.
Um,
David Tennant kind of counts.
yeah, Peter Capaldi,
Cheating.
Matt Smith, David
Tennant.
Tennant. Technically, there's John Hurt in there as well, like around here.
Was there?
Yeah, War Doctor. Oh no,
Oh,
technically,
no,
no,
he's-
that's when we see him. Technically, he's before
He's
Peter
before
Eccleston.
Peter Eccleston, yeah.
Technically, yeah.
Yeah.
But we see him in the last 5.
I love
we've
that
seen.
episode where there was 3 of them.
Yeah, that was good
That
fun.
was good fun.
Good having more than one Doctor is just a fun thing
They
to
did
do.
that this season.
Are we getting to that now?
Not yet. We're at the well. Now this was a scary.
This is the scary episode of the season, and I think they did a good job. It's a good callback to Midnight.
Yep.
Obviously,
Oh yeah. This.
it's
Yeah.
the same monster. It's the same planet, just a lot longer in the future.
And it's evolved.
It's evolved and it's hiding in the shadows
But
because the crystals are gone. Basically,
I thought it would come back into this season because you see the woman sacrifice herself, but it's still there. Like she
It's
didn't
just,
even
for,
get
it's just so
put
they can
on.
use it again in the future.
yeah,
Yeah, what? See if it
Open
can be
it.
like next few seasons kind of thing.
No, they can use it like in
Whenever
10
they
or
want.
10 seasons
Yeah.
time. That's what Doctor Who's very good at leaving things that they can go back to open.
yeah.
Always. Like
There's a big back catalogue of options.
yeah, Like you have, well, should we just spoil it? I'm fed up.
What?
Just
Who she is.
just-
Oh, yeah.
The
do you
Rani.
want, the Rani, yes. The woman, Mrs. Flood, is the Rani. We've been needing this. I didn't realise how few episodes she was in Classic Who. It's like 2.
Yeah.
Which is mad.
The reason I'm saying that is just to show you how much of a backlog of characters.
Yeah,
They've even
I
left her alive.
guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, a version of her. We'll get to that later.
Yeah.
We'll get to that
alive.
later. Yeah. Which is mad.
But I was going to say, when we were doing our non-spoiler thing, I like how they reference back to old episodes and like the reference to Midnight. I thought was brilliant for the whole episode. The way it just like flung people
Yeah.
in the air was very different to what it did last time because
But it's a fair.
when it was Tennant, it was just,
Sometimes you bring it back and it's not done well and the writing's not great and it's just a bit of a waste of a character. I think they did the original episode justice and they gave it a good second inning.
this one was more powerful than the original Midnight though.
You see more physicality.
Yeah.
The other one was more of a psychological
Yeah.
horror. This one's more of a
This
physical
one's
one.
more of,
The first one was a fucking psychological horror.
yeah.
This is more of a
that was
jump scare, I
weird.
think.
That
Yeah.
was weird.
But I think also a writing piece of why they did it differently is because it'd be so obvious straight away.
You don't want to do the same thing twice. It never works.
Yeah.
You want to take it in a new direction. You got to evolve it. Take it
And
in
it
a
makes
new
sense
direction.
it's evolved after, 400,000 years or whatever
Yeah.
it was?
Something like that. It's ridiculous.
Like, it's not seen humanity in that long. And it just caused chaos. Rather than doing the, slow approach, it went, sod it. I'm going to cause complete mayhem. Which it did.
Yeah.
Because it killed like 4 people in the space of just a few
Killed
seconds.
the whole crew before
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, exactly. Apart from one.
But, yeah, I mean, they have left it very much up in the air about whether or not it's still around.
It could be. They could have killed
It's
it
still
off.
around, surely.
They've allowed themselves to bring it back if and when they want to.
Yeah, because
We'll see.
they've not said it is.
It's dead until we see it again.
Yeah,
Basically.
pretty much.
Yeah.
All right, Lucky Day.
Which one was that one? Trying to remember.
Was this the one with Thingy's name, the guy? What's his name?
Oh, what Conrad?
Yeah, Conrad.
Is this
it that
Conrad?
one? It's looking-
Conrad Clark.
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't like this
I
episode. I thought it
despise
was
this
worse.
wanker. I hate this
but
man.
they've done a very good job of making you despise him.
He's not like
He's meant to be despised.
as acting goes by that guy. It's not.
Good actor.
He's a good actor, but he's not like aggressively. You know when someone's just a dick.
Because he's supposed to be redeemable. That's the whole point.
Yeah, they've made him redeemable, but it's like
They're always
he's
redeemable.
a little too soft spoken for me.
Well, he clearly got abused by his dad, which is what everyone speaks about him, which is why he's then messed up. He needs attention, which is what he got. And he just does it in his sick, twisted way.
Yeah.
He's not an out-and-out villain,
No.
but
Well,
he's
he's by the end of the season.
Yeah, end of the season, like all of it's forgotten, isn't it?
I'll tell you one thing that is forgotten, which does bug me a little bit. If you see the episode, he obviously gets attacked by the beast at the end to prove that he's wrong. And he bites his arm off.
Yeah.
And we see him in prison with a metal arm.
No, it's reattached with the metal bit.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. I'm just when we get to the end, when we see him again,
He hasn't got it.
he hasn't got it.
That's the wish.
It just bugs me. It's like,
wish.
the continuity annoys me.
That's the wish.
I wasn't huge on this episode, to be honest.
Ruby's back.
Ruby's back. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
one of the
She
main
that's
gets
the
she
main
gets
part.
tricked. She gets tricked into
Falling for him, and then
yeah, Conrad.
It's a bit of a mid-episode.
yeah, it weren't great.
No.
No.
The story and the engine.
Oh, this is the one where we see the future doctor. This is the one with the hairdresser.
Yeah.
Yes.
I liked the location. I liked the
I like the idea of it.
the idea.
Also, it
I
makes
felt
sense
like
that
they
the
were-
Doctor could beat him because he has all of these stories.
Oh yeah, no, the concept of,
Yeah.
of the way of the finish works as well, 100%. I was when they were kind of building up for who is this guy? Is this hairdresser? I thought they were going to land a bigger punch, and that is the one thing that annoys me about this.
He is a god.
This kind of series. He is a god, but it does annoy me about this kind of last 2 seasons of Doctor Who is that you think they're going to go for the big swing, and it's just a love tap. Like it's just not there's no
I get
power
what you
behind it.
mean, but they want to leave that for the end.
I think they're also
kind of
trying to make-
thing.
But it never comes at the end either,
They're trying to make them more human as well.
I suppose. But I was
By
just expecting
making
someone we've seen
him
before.
used to be a human and being kind of used by the gods makes you feel the whole point is you want to feel bad for him.
Yeah, I suppose. There needs to be a bit more.
Maybe this season was
Stakes.
just a bit too happy.
Yeah, I think that might
But
be
then
it.
it also does mean that the end of it does kick you in the balls really hard.
This
A little bit.
this episode also had like that reference to Poppy because she was in the episode, wasn't she? So is
Not
that-
this one.
Yes, she was.
No,
Poppy
that was
No,
Poppy
it's-
was in
Who am I
The
thinking?
last two episodes.
she was in
She was in
the
this
first episode when they touched the two certificates together, and then you see Doctor.
Oh
Doctor
yeah,
sees her.
yeah.
Yeah, but
No, I know what you
she
mean.
was in this episode. Like not for long. It was like a scene. It's when Belinda goes into the hairdressers just before that, and she sees her.
Oh, he's right.
She does.
I didn't even
I
process
forgot about that.
Oh my
Oh God! Yeah.
god, that's
But
actually
it
really
didn't
clever.
really have a. Did
It's
that get you
'cause of
thinking?
time
of-
slipping, I think.
Yeah.
I need to rewatch this
It's just
season
time
from start
slipping.
from scratch. Now I know what's going to happen.
I think it is just time slipping because it was the web of all stories.
Hmm.
So that's for all time.
Yeah, so in the future, Poppy's going to be around, so she just kind of slips backwards
Yeah.
a little bit, but it's all good.
Then the next one is the song contest.
I actually really like this one.
That's a good one.
High stakes, a different side to the Doctor. We see Susan again.
Bit cheesy.
A little bit
At
cheesy.
the end.
The
And
singing,
they're all getting real eyed and they go, yeah!
but a song based around the Eurovision Song Contest. You're expecting it to be completely just like sing song, wet, like just no actual Doctor Who. It's just a little bit of an ad
So
thing. Actually, strong story, strong concept, made a lot of sense. There was a reason behind everything. Really, actually, real punchy hits in this one as well, with the Rani being revealed and seeing Susan again.
They teased also the fact that the world had ended twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So actually, was a really good episode, especially given I think what people were
Tell you what.
expecting.
Tell you what, though, Rylan being in Doctor Who was not on my bingo card. I thought that was a bit.
It could have been anyone.
I
I
know
don't
he's
mind them getting a
obviously-
big name in.
But also, I love the fact that he went not again. So because obviously the world ended.
Yeah.
He was oh not again.
Again, Jesus. Also, does anyone else agree with me that he looks a lot like Olivier Giroud?
No.
Look at them side when he has the beard and the hair.
I
you know what I'm saying?
don't
I
see
see
it.
it,
I
I
think
see it.
Rylan's hair is a lot darker.
Like I'm thinking like when he joined Chelsea, that kind of you compare them side by side.
Rylan's more slick back. That Giroud was more a bit of a quiff, wasn't he?
No, he's really had to slick back at some point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
and
just
his
going to move
arse-
on from that because
Yep.
it's
Yeah.
a terrible take.
What a terrible take.
But what's his name is the hologram. I've forgotten his name.
Oh, Graham Norton.
Graham Norton. Love Graham Norton.
Yeah, wasn't expecting that.
No.
Hiding that behind the Ryland reveal.
Yeah.
Love that.
And
Graham
then
Watch the show sometimes.
does she bi-generate in this episode?
She does.
Yes.
Yes.
Bi-generation again.
Which we are told by the end, or do we reveal that later? But yeah, she's bi-generated, and there's a reason why she
Wait,
bi-generated.
what?
We'll come to it at the end.
Okay.
There's a reason why she bi-generated, and we get to see, I forget the actress's name, but she did do a very good job. Indian lady, what's her name?
I can't remember.
Oh, I can't remember. Do you want to quickly look it up, actually? 'Cause I
What
think
as the
It's not,
Rani?
it's not.
Yeah.
It's not important. Move on.
I recognise her, but
she's in there for a couple of bits, but she did a very good job. But Mrs. Flood's still around as well,
Yeah.
who's also a very good character. Two very different takes on the Rani, working side by side. Same when we saw John Sim Missy. I think
Yeah.
it's cool to see two villains working together.
Mhm.
Cool. Next
Then
up,
Wish World.
what do I think of Wish World?
Different.
Very different. See the Doctor.
I've had a brain block here.
It's the one where it's literally the second to last episode.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't even know what to say about Wish
Sorry,
World.
I'm not-
I
I'm not
actually don't have
familiar
many
with
thoughts on this one. It was just a bit of a setup.
it was a build up,
It was a
wasn't it?
setup
It was a build up.
episode.
Yeah.
It was alright.
I feel like two-parters are better when it's one episode that's long, split in two, rather than one episode building into another episode. You know what I'm saying? Do you know
Well,
when?
they basically they're destroying the worlds with doubt, so that they can find the Omega in the underworld.
Basically, yeah, they set up a wish world where it's Conrad's desire, so that the Doctor and everyone else will see the little issues and go, "Is this real?" And that kind of thought powers their machine, which is trying to dig down to the underworld. kind of.
It's destroy. They destroy the world.
Create cracks in reality.
Destroy reality, and then they reset it, and then they make a bigger crack until they can find him, basically, and then they find him.
Yeah.
And
do you remember?
that's in the second episode.
Do you remember do you remember 10? His last full season. At the end of it, where it's against the Daleks, the big Davros is back, all that two-parter. That is one episode cut in two because they pick a moment, boom, that's where it splits. He cuts on the regeneration. It's not a build-up into the second. It is just one flowing thing. Whilst with this, it's a
build-up.
It's a build-up.
Yeah,
exactly. Which is just
Not-
a bit
it-
starts
it's not an-
starts too
it's not a
slow
standalone
and then goes too
episode.
I
quick.
liked the whole cliffhanger it left it on kind of thing when
Poppy is his daughter.
when he says I've got a daughter kind of thing.
She's real.
she's
How
real.
could she
yeah.
be real? And we're all kind of thinking Susan, his actual daughter, before Susan.
I don't know why they don't mention the fact that he has got a daughter somewhere, because they mentioned it in last season.
Yeah, it's weird. It's one of those things where I don't know why they're teasing us for Susan. I want Susan back. Like, are we not gonna do that? Are we not gonna finally do that?
I don't
They're
think
teasing
it
a
does.
lot. They've been teasing a lot. The only thing with Ross
Naughty, you teasing me.
is he just teases a lot of. He's good at getting. He knows how to play the content creators who make content thinking about the ideas.
Oh yeah, and he's on Instagram as well, posting shit.
Yeah.
Like he knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, Russell T.
It's smart. It's smart.
Yeah. Right, last episode. Not penultimate. Last episode.
Do you not agree that it was a bit of a ball kicker when he found out it was no longer his daughter?
Oh no, it was a ball kicker, yeah, but he fixed it. But it's one of those things
Sad.
where the she's still alive and she's still living a life, so it's like it is what it is.
It's a very Doctor Who ending
Yeah,
where he can't have the happy ending, but everyone
else does.
Yeah.
But it's like this thing where Kate says, "You're kind of a father to all of us,"
Yeah,
and he's like, "Yeah, I can live with that.
yeah.
Yeah, that's fine."
It's not fine though.
It's not, but we'll come on to that later. At the beginning, we find out the bi-generation is a kind of survival mechanism by the body because they have been made infertile.
Yes.
I was trying to track down this bomb thing that they speak about. I'm fairly confident it's what destroys Gallifrey at the end of 13 with the Cyber Masters, if you remember that. I'm pretty sure the bomb goes off then, kills all the Time Lords in Gallifrey, and then the Rani escapes alongside the Doctor, and they both become infertile. I'm fairly confident that's that.
No, I'm pretty sure when she says it in the thing, it doesn't kill them straight away. It makes them infertile, so they can't have more of them.
Yeah, but if
And then they get killed off.
no, so it kills off so 'cause at the end of 13's run, everyone on Gallifrey dies, and the Doctor gets out of there before he has a chance to.
Yeah, but I'm saying the bomb made them infertile first,
Yes,
and then
they'll eventually die like a normal.
yeah,
Like they'll be fine, they just can't reproduce.
yeah.
Which is a shame. And also, I think they're going to come back and they'll overwrite that at some point. They'll change their minds on that one.
Because they still haven't done the Doctor's daughter storyline properly.
But I'm fairly certain the Doctor's daughter has already been born. I'm fairly if he already knew Susan, a granddaughter wouldn't have just popped up during William Hartnell's time and just appeared, would he? Like the Doctor will already know his own daughter at that point. I think.
It was in the Time War.
Yeah, that's a little bit of an inaccuracy. I need to. Things right. I'm still on 12. I need to finish rewatching 12. I'm literally at the end of Clara right now, and then I'll rewatch 13. And I've rewatched it twice now and got to 13, and then turned around at the first season of 13 because it's just not gripping.
I think I might have to give myself a rewatch of a few series.
I'm gonna have to put
very
myself through
behind
it
You two.
to understand it because I'm just not getting it. There are some good episodes in 13. I'm thinking. The one where Captain Jack comes back is always a good one. And I said that last episode of the second season and Spyfall as well was also very good. But we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about this one. Shall we do it? The last scene of the last episode.
Who is the new Doctor?
He does regenerate in this episode.
If it's not spoiled already,
Big spoiler warning. Massive spoiler warning.
it is.
Do you want to say it?
You can say it.
No, you can
You're
say it
desperate
after
to
you.
say it.
No, you're desperate.
Let
to
me
say
just say it.
Just say it.
It's Billy Piper.
But who's the character?
Well, I don't know. We don't know.
We do know.
We don't know. You think it's the Bad Wolf.
Yeah, it's because of Bad Wolf.
It's because of Bad Wolf,
Yeah.
but it's still the Doctor, in my opinion.
Well, it's Rose Tyler.
I don't think it is.
I think it's Rose Tyler.
No, I don't think it is.
It's the face of the last person to have looked into the centre of the TARDIS.
Yeah, but it doesn't make this character Rose Tyler. It's still
Can.
the Doctor. No, it doesn't.
It can.
It does not.
can.
It can.
It can.
It can.
It absolutely can.
No, I don't think so. I think it is just the Doctor with a familiar face. Same thing that could happen to Capaldi.
Did it?
Yeah, because it's a bit of a smaller character, a much smaller character, but it's a previous face he saw and he put it on.
Capaldi was...
Thought, that looks nice, I'll have that. Put that in the wardrobe, slip that one on. Feels nice.
I think it's because Ncuti's Doctor put so much regeneration power into the TARDIS, cracking reality. Bear in mind, he broke reality.
Yeah.
And then that's why he became Rose Tyler.
But he's not becoming Rose Tyler. He's becoming the Doctor with the face of the actress Billie Piper.
I don't think it's the face. I think he will have the memories of Rose Tyler. The Doctor will have the memories of Rose Tyler.
think so.
I think they will.
All I want to say is I just wanted another season of Ncuti. Just one more.
Yeah, I feel like he could have done with more and more. He's actually the second
Also,
shortest Doctor.
I've seen a lot of people say this. The fact he didn't get to fight the Daleks.
Didn't
as
fight a
well.
single Dalek.
No.
Yeah, but
People say you're not a Doctor if you don't fight a Dalek.
trying to think who didn't fight with them. It's a bit of a letdown.
Can you imagine what, he would have been like against a Dalek?
Yeah, but the Daleks have been used so
Yeah, but they're a
much.
key core of Doctor Who. I feel like they've got to be used.
Yeah, but sometimes you get a little bit too far with them, in my opinion. You can.
But
Did Capaldi fight them?
Pretty
He did meet them, yeah, because he went to Skaro for one. But he was never the big bad for Capaldi.
Only one other Doctor before Paul McGann has not.
Never. Well, yeah, because he only had one
Yeah.
thing.
He's the only other one to not face the Daleks. So you're kind of right.
Yeah, I feel like one more season would have been good.
Every
Another
single
season.
other Doctor has.
But it was a
But I think-
two-season
I think
contract.
He
It
yeah,
made
he was
sense.
rumoured to be going halfway through the season.
They did a good job of hiding that, by the way, because
no,
Everyone knew halfway through this
I
season.
was confident he would, but I didn't know.
you have enough of a brain to understand that he was gone.
I thought he was.
He
But
was.
I was
I
looking at
think
the
he
odds
did.
before the last episode as to who it would
Get
take
gone.
over, and I saw Billie Piper was the favourite, and I was like, fuck off. What the fuck is this?
That's because it got leaked.
And then it happened. And I was like, what the hell?
She's going to be an interesting Doctor.
She's
She's going to get views.
Yeah, 100%.
She will get people watching.
But you've got to, if you can then pair
to
that
deliver.
with great writing, you're going to keep people hooked for
I
the
don't
next
want
10
Russell T
years.
Davies anymore.
Do you not?
He's flopped 2 seasons in a row. In terms of writing, because I think Ncuti's a good Doctor. In terms of how he acts.
There were some poor episodes. There were some good episodes as well. I think
Yeah,
it
there
was
were
good,
some
isn't it?
alright
both
episodes.
times that the season finale's flopped.
I do prefer Moffat.
I don't know.
I do
someone
prefer
else. I
Moffat.
think Russell T Davies has had his run,
I didn't
Yeah.
mind the finale. I thought the finale wasn't
mind it,
awful, but
but it just
Again, a
We have
little
seen a
bit
lot better.
limp-wristed.
it's not good Doctor Who writing, in my opinion.
Maybe with a more familiar actress.
No, because you can
Yeah,
have a new
'cause-
Doctor and it still be good.
Yeah, 100% can be.
like we said, Ncuti's a good Doctor.
Yeah,
But I don't know who you get in because they tried to get an outside guy in before in Chibnall. It just did
Anyone.
not work.
Anyone else?
Well, just keep
Just
shooting.
just try someone, or get like a bunch of people who've done it before, and get them all to sit together and all work together.
Yeah. Moffat would be great if you can get Moffat back.
Yeah, but
Or what's that guy who's in Sherlock? The ginger guy. What's his name?
Huh?
He was in the Lazarus Project as well. Doctor Who episode. Oh, he's a very famous writer. He wrote and was
I don't
in.
know writers.
Do you know? Did you watch Sherlock?
Yes,
The brother, Charlotte's brother.
Mycroft.
Yes. So that actor.
Ginger.
He's ginger.
Oh my God, Mycroft is not ginger.
The actor is.
Let's see.
Oh my God.
So that guy is a very, very, very good very good writer and director, and he's worked on Doctor Who before. He probably would be the dream pick, in my opinion. He's the first rounder.
You're telling me he's ginger?
Ginger, are you okay?
Okay, the character's not, but the actor is. I'm fairly
I can
certain.
see a bit of ginger. I can actually see a bit of ginger. But in the show, he's absolutely
Yeah,
not.
oh yeah. The Mycroft is not ginger.
Mycroft is
the
not ginger.
actor slash writer slash director.
I mean, I can see hints of it. You know what? You might be right. It's very dark ginger.
Yeah.
Great show, by the way.
Fantastic show.
you watched
I was
Yeah.
so disappointed when that didn't.
Does anyone
continue.
outside watch Sherlock? They can't.
No,
hear.
listening.
They're not
No,
listening.
okay.
Cool.
Lenny's
But yeah,
shaking.
so that guy has written and directed for Doctor Who before, and has been a big part of RTD's first run, and I think he would be a good pick.
Cool.
Overall score on the door, which we still don't have a door.
6,
What out of?
5, 10.
So
Or was
that-
it 10 or was
What
it
did we
11?
say? I thought it was 5.
It is 5. Yeah.
I've already forgotten my own rules.
2.5 stars.
2.5 stars.
I think I'll give it 3.5. I think
Ooh,
it's
that's
just
high. No, that's high.
maybe a
You've
3.
You've got to compare it to like
Yeah,
other
if you-
things you're going to be watching.
Yeah, we're gonna have a door
Like
for
bear
TV
in mind,
and a door for
Invincible's like a
movies.
4.5.
Yeah, I'll say a 3 then.
I'd agree with you on a 3. It had
Yeah.
some solid writing and some enjoyable moments.
I thought it had some good points
And a good character.
And I liked how it referenced back to old episodes.
I
as
do.
well. That's
Yeah.
a
I
big
do. I
part
just
for
think
me.
the overall, if you're going to look at the whole series as a whole,
Yeah, 3.
it's
For me.
2.5 at best.
I think the set of characters was good. There were some good episodes. There were some disappointing moments. The problem with it is that it is just a little bit limp-wristed. If it had a bit more of a
limp-wristed.
punchy
you can't
ending,
give something that you've literally just said is limp-wristed a 3.
but it's solid and then drops.
So half. 2.5, halfway through.
I feel like Ncuti kind of carried it in some essence.
Yeah.
A little bit. But there were some episodes where the writing was better than his acting, and there were some episodes where his acting was better than the writing. Way better.
I would
than the
say
writing.
more often than not, it was the acting was better than the writing. I'd say probably 9 times out of 10.
Not 9 times out of 10. I think
Name one instance.
the pit,
The Pit.
the whale. Sorry, the diamond thing. Carry on. That was
I
better.
wouldn't say that one was better necessarily than the other. In that episode. So
Possibly, but I think 3 is fine. I think
All right.
solid, but room for improvement.
Cool. All right.
I think that's us wrapped up then. We'll be back for next season, I think. Yeah. If you have a movie or TV show coming out that you want us to watch and review, let us know down in the comments below. Let us know your thoughts on the episode as well, because obviously we want to hear from you guys. We'll try and reply to as many of the comments as we can. Check us out on all our other platforms, TikTok, Instagram, all that lovely stuff. And we'll be back in 2 weeks' time for another episode of The Gradient Show. Peace out.